So listen, we just got through playing, you know, some music so y'all could hear this wonderful snare called Dialtune. I'm Terry Baker.
I'm JR넬슨.
And listen, we are supporting and endorsing this snare. It is amazing. We just got this metal one, right?
Yeah.
Like, what do you think about it, man?
It's so warm. It's once you find your sweet spot, and you'll have fun turning the knobs and understanding how it goes. Once you find that sweet spot, it saves time. That's the biggest thing that blew my mind. Save time from tuning.
Yeah.
But then once you find it, it's amazing.
Now let me ask you this: Do you like the metal or would you prefer the maple?
I'm gonna be honest. If I was going deep, I like the metal. I'm gonna have to say it. The maple.
Okay.
When I played the maple, it was at a great spot and it hit high. So
my preference is that,
That's
of
my
course,
preference.
that maple. I think, you know, I think I'm a high pitch, you know, kind of mid to high pitch snare guy, and I think you a mid to low.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it makes sense. So whatever you're playing, like this snare, either the maple or the metal will meet the need.
Will meet the need. I tell
Whatever you're playing,
That's
from
true.
CCM to rock to gospel to whatever you're playing, this snare here, Dialtune, is the one for you.
The other thing, which
What's
is
that?
amazing, is that as a drummer or as a creative, you hear stuff while you playing drums, and you usually want to, like you mentioned there earlier when we were talking, you wish that you can tune the snare down quick.
Yeah.
If you don't have a second snare.
Yeah,
During
yeah.
a set or during a song or during a breakdown.
Yeah.
You can do that easily with a turn.
Because
Just one whole turn.
Because it's tuning evenly.
Yeah.
So the thing about it is, whereas when you going back and forth on a real snare, it's like you gotta find that spot and you gotta make sure that you don't have no overtones. With this one,
like doing the
I
work
mean,
for you.
it's already there. So the biggest thing is just having you a piece of tape or moon gel, whatever you want to use to deaden it to your preference.
To your preference.
But other than that, perfect snare to change the tune of the snare in the middle
Y'all gonna love this
of
joint.
what you're doing. It's
Y'all
amazing.
gonna love it.
Yeah,
Y'all gonna love
yeah.
it. Crazy. So I was thinking, man, I got a question for you, OG.
Okay.
Would you take this out, you know, for a Kirk run? You know, rather if it's a long or short run, or just a one-off. Like, do you think it's that good to where it's like you can take it out?
To be honest, Jay, man, I would take this out, especially on one-offs.
Okay.
When I have to, like, I mean, in our set, we start with Brighter Day, I Want to Crack, but then I'm going to Smile where it's a D-tune snare,
Yeah.
and then right after that, back up to, like, this gives me the flexibility to do that in the middle
Absolutely.
of those tunes, and I wouldn't have it any other way.
Yeah.
I mean, even taking it on tour, I would take it on tour, of course. I would have the flexibility of having a couple of them, but
Yeah.
it still gives you the flexibility to, you know, tune on the fly
Yeah.
within seconds.
Right, it's that.
Yeah,
It's that
so
part.
it's
part.
that. Whether you in church, whether you on tour,
Yeah.
this is the snare right here.
In
Whether it's in metal or it's a maple, this is the snare. Again, I'm Terry Baker,
And I'm JR넬슨.
and we endorse Dialtune.